to see all of you here tonight. This open mic tribute to grandmother, Jodi Marshall. And grandmother. We'd like to thank St. Anthony's for hosting us tonight, and Moreno Bar, and everything is locally sourced. Flyers are from Mike's Coffee Shop and the artists. So tonight what we're going to do is have everybody that wants to perform, and in between each performance we're going to offer the microphone to the audience to share if they have a story. We want to hear the stories of your own. So, and we will share a few with you if you'd like to hear them. And we've got some great talent tonight. So thank you for coming, everybody.
Thank you. Thanks so much for being here. I know Mom would she'd love this. This is a real tribute to her. All of her personal collection of music is in the back. Her records, her sheet music, songbooks, her set lists, just the music that she has. We've all had a chance to go through it, the family has, and so we want to offer it to you now. So if you'd like to go and take a look and take what you like. Thank you. We're also having a silent auction for her piano, and that's also in the back as well.
Hi, I'm Jodi's granddaughter, Megan. I'm going to read to you a little list of what I like to call gramisms. Growing up, it was shopping trips downtown, followed by Goldsmiths for mint chocolate ice cream. Having sing-alongs and playing Name That Tune at your house with anyone who was there. Countless stories of your beautiful younger life. Your delicious fruit salads, beet soups, and antiques. Always Yahtzee, bingo, or cribbage.
Bingo.
No, that was rude. The Holiday Inn at St. Anthony's Church, our unspoken language, and the trip you and Amy took to visit my family in Orton. It meant the world to me. And always reminding me to love one another and to spread love wherever you go. So on behalf of my family, I just want to thank you all so much for coming tonight and being here to celebrate my grandma and support our family. She loved her community and all of you so dearly. You meant the world to her. I love you, Grandma. I'll be seeing you.
Robin Williams says, you know what music is? It's God's little reminder that there's something else besides us in this universe. Harmonic connection between all living beings everywhere, even the stars. We'd like to start tonight with a poem by my very dear friend Peggy Meinholtz called Wednesday Jazzula.
Thank you again. Thank you.
So the last time I was in this room was this last year's Wednesday Jazzula. And any of those of you who are here, I hope this poem helps you remember, as it helps me remember, and those who weren't lucky enough to hear Jodi play on her birthday, maybe it will give you just a little bit of the flavor. Wednesday Jazzula. April rose from a grand piano, bloomed in our hearts, and continued to grow. Melody flowed like snow-melt creeks, or tears welling up to flood our cheeks. Chords warmed the air like caressing breeze, or curled up naps on Grandma's knee. Rhythm soothed like the song of meadowlark, or heartbeat of a loved one close in the dark. This is how Jodi Marshall prayed. God refreshed our souls when Jodi played.
Poetry, Peggy. Thank you. Would anybody like to share a story or a memory? Any takers? Too soon? Need to go to the bar? Have a drink? Share a memory? Anyone? Anyone? All right, Bryce, would you like to sing? We have a special treat for you tonight. Bryce Todd.
Before we get started, I'd like to share a memory of mine. So Jodi was my piano teacher for many, many years, and I tried unsuccessfully to take hours of jazz piano from her because I really admired the way that she played. And when she figured out that I could sing, she invited me to go do a gig at the Marcus Daly Mansion as sort of an entrance into the world of singing with small ensembles. So that was one of the very first gigs that I did. I remember Jodi was there, and Pete, you were actually there, and Ed Stalling was there, and I think Bill Happy was playing clarinet that night. And I was not exactly a very experienced leader of the group, and after a couple of songs where I let the band go on for too long, playing many countless solos, and I would finally get the hint after some very emphatic five chords, making me go back into the B section, but it was a little painful, and Jodi took me aside and she said, Bryce, listen to me. You're the singer, you're the leader of the group, you're the one that gets to make this gig keep going. So I picked up a lot better after that, but she was an inspiration to us all. This song is an old Billie Holiday song. It's from a 1945 movie, and it's from that gig. It's the first time I did it at that gig, and I've kept it in my repertoire ever since. So, do you know what it means to miss New Orleans? Miss it each night and day. I know I'm not wrong, the feeling's getting stronger, the longer I stay away. Miss the moss-covered vines, the tall sugar pines, where mockingbirds used to devoted about her piano playing. I did a lot of shows with her. I did a bunch of gigs with her, and I'm really sad to see her go. So I've got one last song. It's the best way that I can describe Jodi, because she can't really be described in words, but hopefully I can give her the proper justice with my music. So, too marvelous for words. You're just too marvelous for words, like glorious, glamorous, and that old standby amorous. It's all too wonderful. I'll never find the words that says enough, tells enough. I mean, just ain't swell enough. You're just too much, and just too very, very, to ever be in Webster's dictionary. And so I'm borrowing a love song from the birds, to tell you that you're marvelous, too marvelous for words. Too marvelous for words, like glorious, glamorous, and that old standby amorous. It's all too wonderful. I'll never find those words that says enough, tells enough. I mean, just ain't swell enough. You're just too much, and just too very, very, to ever be in the middle of the dictionary. And so I'm borrowing our love song from those beautiful words, to tell you that you're marvelous, tell you that you're wonderful, to tell you that you're marvelous, too marvelous for words.
Beautiful job.
Thank you.
Do you have any takers for any memories? Stories?
Here comes Ray.
Yeah.
Love it. I'm going to come to you. I should have seen your hand up. Marvelous Ray Risho.
Well, the decades sure have gone by quickly. Anyway, I have this wonderful memory of our relationship with Jodi, and actually, you know, we saw her every week at Perugia. She played piano for us every week, and it was then we collaborated in doing special events. Like one night we did the evening with Gershwin, and Eden, and he was there. It was just fantastic. But one of the nicest memories, one of the most cherished memories was 7 years ago when Susie had a special birthday. And we decided to surprise her. So we did a progressive dinner. We started at a friend's house up the Rattlesnake, and we just went by courses, 4 courses. And we ended up for dessert at our house. And we were walking up the stairs, and you could hear the music emanating from the house. You've been to our house, it's an old Victorian, so you walk into like a foyer, and then you walk through the foyer and you're into the dining room. And we stopped right into the dining room. But it wasn't a dining room any longer, because Sam, our son, had taken away all of the dining room furniture. And so it was like a dance hall. But there was one table for 2, candlelit table for 2 with menus on it. And Susie she listened to the music and she said, it doesn't sound like a recording, it sounds like someone is singing. And I said, well, peek around the corner into the living room, take a look. Not only that, the song was Susie's favorite song, which was a Mama Cass tune, Dream a Little Dream. And she peeked around the corner, and there was Jodi and Laurie Connor. And Susie just burst into tears. And it was just the most, and Jodi started crying, and it was just a happy moment. It was just wonderful. And then we had, the dessert was served to us, and then Jodi started playing dance music, and we got up, and the people who were in the kitchen, who were helping to serve the meal, all got up, and we all, with 3 or 4 couples, dancing in the dining room. I'll never forget it. It was such a wonderful, truly memorable evening.
And I don't have my degree in public speaking yet, so I apologize. We have James Driscoll on piano, and the wonderful piano. And I probably should have mentioned this in the beginning, but we are being filmed by MCAT, so hopefully that won't change anybody that wants to perform. In fact, it might be discovered, and you never know. If music is the language of the soul, and the language of the soul is the language of God, then music is the language of God. Alice A. Barrett. Next we have Patty Nolan to sing for us.
How's that? Yeah, that sounds better. Yeah, okay. You're not getting the feedback, right? All right, cool. Okay, I just, first of all, I'm going to introduce myself. My name is Patty Nolan. And for all of you that don't know me, which is probably most of you, I was actually raised here. And, but spent most of my adult life in New York City. And I would come back, this is a story about Jodi. I would come back frequently to Missoula because where I was raised, my family was here. And on one of the occasions that I came back, I had the opportunity to do my first jazz solo demo. And I had the good fortune of Jodi playing piano on it. And I had also the good fortune of Terry Jemerson doing the recording for me. And it was just one of those things that I just couldn't believe that I was a part of. So fast forward 30 years. Yeah, I'm that old. Fast forward 30 years, and we're at Jazzula 2018. And we're celebrating Jodi's birthday and Jodi's contribution to music and her contribution at large to Missoula. And I walked up to her table, and Jodi is sitting there in a wheelchair, and she's got an oxygen cannula in her nose. And I said, Jodi, hi, it's Patty Nolan. And I said, I'm so happy for you, congratulations, happy birthday. And I said, I'm back in town and I'm trying to get a group together. And without missing a beat, she said, call me. She reached, if I'm lying, I'm dying. She reached for paper to give me her number. That's just tells you the incredible spirit this woman had. But you know, I didn't know at the time that would be the last time that I would get to speak to her. So we want to do this song for you, which is For All We Know. For all we know, we may never meet again. Before you go, make this moment sweet again. We won't say goodnight until the last minute, and I'll hold out my hand, and my heart will be in it. For all we know, this may only be a dream. We come and go like a ripple on a stream. So love me tonight. Tomorrow is made for some. Tomorrow may never come. For all we know. me tonight. Tomorrow is made for some. Tomorrow may never come for all we know. Thank you very much. That was definitely for Jodi. This next and last song that we're going to do is a song that I actually did on the demo that I was talking about 30 years ago. Oh, let's don't talk about numbers. A long time ago that Jodi was the pianist for, and I had no clue that the lyrics to this song would still be relevant 30 years later, even more relevant now. God bless the child. Them that's got shall get, them that's not shall lose. So the Bible said, and it still is news. Oh, your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Yes, the strong gets more while the weak ones fade. Empty pockets don't ever make the grade. Oh, your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless that child that's got his own, that's got his own. Lots of friends crowding round that door. When it's gone, and all that spending ends, they don't come no more. Rich religions give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't you take too much. Oh, your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own, that's got his own. Shall get, then that's not shall lose. So the Bible said, and it still is news. Oh, your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own. Money, you've got lots of friends crowding around their door. When you're gone, and all that spending ends, they don't come no more. Rich religions give crust of bread and such. You can help yourself, but don't do much. Oh, your mama may have, and your papa may have, but God bless the child that's got his own. That's got his own. Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. It was my pleasure. Jim on piano, Pete on bass. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Patty. That was awesome. So, let's see. Would you like to do a poem? Max Smith? We have Mr. Smith here to recite a poem for us. He is an awesome poet. R.S. Smith.
Thank you for this opportunity to pay tribute to Jodi, our beloved friend in music. I am forever grateful to have the extreme privilege not only to have known her as a friend, but to have worked with her on many programs. The true measure of a noteworthy person can be found in the depth of their soul and reflected through the eyes of those lives that they have touched, and those who have been lucky enough to have known and cared for them. For the remarkable, compassionate, and generous individual that they are. Jodi is all these things and so much more. She is forever, always, and shall forever be a heavenly soul. Some stars shine so bright that even while they are earthbound, they receive their wings early. So for her, I would like to present this gift of verse as a spoken aria entitled Blessed in Song Heaven Sent. Blessed in song, for thou were heaven sent, born of love, as to be a divine instrument. Now return to heaven, turn thine eyes, homeward bound, and like the sun forever rise. Weep not for me, for I am glorious beyond splendor. Pain and suffering can no longer chain nor bind, nor make me surrender. For now I have wings to soar and fly, from starlit heaven above to morning sky. Here there is no sadness, no sorrow, a universe of hope, born in endless tomorrow. If you wish to find me, look inside your heart's memory, for I am forever near, always there, just inside your mind's prayer. Till at long last, when souls reunite in endless forever after, and regale of life's moments in glorious laughter. Believe in love, for you shall be truly blessed, for thou hast found a place for all in eternal rest. All are welcome here, where music and joy abound, from skies above and ocean of love to this heavenly ground. Here in this calm, serene, far light, this forever spring. And all shall live in peace beneath the shelter of love's eternal reign. I wanted to say a special thank you, especially to Jodi, to just say thank you for gracing our lives and the world with your beautiful spiritual light and presence.
Thank you.
And thank you for this opportunity.
I wanted to say thank you to everyone again for coming tonight. Mom wanted to have a jam session, kind of a party. And I said, Mom, I don't think we're going to feel like doing that like at the memorial. So I'm grateful that we were able to do this a few months after. And because Mom wanted everybody to get together and you know, jam and make music. And so next, unless there is somebody who would like to share a story, I can come to you, so you don't have to stand in front of anybody. Ray and Susie Risho, everyone.
Ray and I would have these home Bible study sharing, singing times when Jodi was there. And
Here's the mic.
oh, the mic. Okay. So I was just saying that Jodi would come to our home around that same dining room table that Sam had moved. And Ray didn't tell the part of the story where when we drove up to the house, the music was so beautiful. I said to Ray, I think Sam figured out how to use our music equipment. So fabulous. But what I wanted to say is that, so Jodi would come every Sunday evening, and we would sing, and she loved the singing, that she wanted to teach me piano. But I never got it. She came over several times, and I went to her house. I never could get piano, but kind of, I forgot my picks. I were in a little sack. But it was wonderful that she wanted to teach me. And she started with the chords and the scales. There's the right one. So Ray and I go to nursing homes, and we've been doing that for decades. And now we're down to only once a month, but we still go, and it's just about the only time I bring out the auto harp, so this is kind of special.
Well, we thought a sacred song would be appropriate because of Jodi's faith and the richness that she brought to worship services. And this song is based on John's vision from Revelation.
through some poems I had written quite a while ago, and I write these, and I want the sisters, the children and grandchildren and great-grandchildren to think about this, because when I wrote this poem, it weaves in my mother. So here I go. I call this a pink lily. I have a garden that isn't very fastidious. It's wild. It's like the woods. I have a little pond in it. And I grew up on the pond, so that's what I'm writing about. Hustling, gathering, organizing, and troubleshooting. That's what the day was like on the front end of a vacation. Thinking all was done, but returning several times to the house for that last forgotten something, considering if the time had definitely come to be engulfed into the machine that would carry us hours away to the special site in the woods on the banks of a lake, I forgot to say goodbye to the dog. But that was not all. Ray suggested we sit by the pond to regard the pink lily which just opened that day. I sat on the stone bench under the grapevines. Other times of lilies came to mind, and the glory of this one glistened in the summer sun. The beautiful stained glass window my friend Matthew made when he was only 16 hangs in our dining room, reminding me of Mother. It is simple, beautifully designed, with one white water lily. I often think of Mother traipsing about the swamps in my hometown, Groton, to take a photograph of a lily. Caught up to her hips in mud, Mother, who all the days of my life I only saw wearing dresses. I wept for Mother, for her love of flowers and plants. I sat grateful for her being given this time to ponder. Ray reminded me of our first trip west. The blue van was packed up tight. The excitement of the pack was hovering in the air. This was 50 years ago. And stifled my senses. We were finally both sitting in the front seat, ready to take off for Montana from Massachusetts. Mother was standing at the edge of the paved walk outside our house in the forest where I grew up. And Ray said, "Go say goodbye to your mother." So I jumped out and I said a few words and then gave her a long hug, a hug that now is laced with tears.
Thank you. Thank you. That was really beautiful. I've known these people since I was little. And she has a wild garden. It's beautiful. Next, would Kat like to play? Sing? Do you have music?
Yes.
Okay. This is Kat Hawkins, everybody.
My experience of Jodi was just pure admiration, and she is the one who really, she's the one who just absolutely saved my life. I can say that honestly. Holiday Inn. Siebert, was that his name? Yeah. Let's remember that, because I was new to Missoula, and I've been a solo flyer single mother. And I look forward to that. That really just made my whole week, my whole life. And I would show up there and I would know that I would feel like I was part of her family because she made everyone feel that way, didn't she? We were all loved by her. We were all cared about by her. Even though she may not have known us personally, but she only gave me one lesson. Oh, that's all I could afford. But I did get one lesson on piano. So I thought this song might be appropriate. It's called Make Someone Happy. If you know it, sing along. And this song is about a personal love. Make one person happy, but she made everybody happy. But it's the closest I can. There's one thing you can do for the rest of your days that's worth more than applause. The screaming crowd, the bouquets. Just one someone happy. he asked me if I wanted to play. And I can basically play the melody on the piano. That's not really enough, is it? I can do it a cappella if that's easier.
Yeah?
Yep.
All right.
Go, girl. Over there's someone who helps people sing a cappella. Candy. Okay, so, yeah, I'll just do that. Okay. It's called Everybody Says Don't, from a musical called Anyone Can Whistle. It's by Stephen Sondheim, and boy, this song is like a personal anthem for me, but I think it also really, really fits for who Jodi was as far as I knew her, which wasn't enough. I kicked myself I didn't come to her last performance. And again, we don't know. We never know if it's going to be the last time we see somebody. I wished I'd come to Jesuit. All right, here we go. All right. Everybody says, don't. Everybody says, don't. Everybody says, don't. It isn't right. Don't. It isn't nice. Everybody says, don't. Everybody says, don't. Everybody says, don't walk on the grass. Don't disturb the peace. Don't skate on the ice. Well, I say do. I say walk on the grass. It was meant to feel. I say sail till to the windmill. And if you fail, you fail. Everybody says don't. Everybody says don't. Everybody says don't get out of line. When they say that, then lady, that's a sign. 9 times out of 10, lady, you're doing just fine. Make just a ripple. Come on, be brave. This time a ripple, next time a wave. Sometimes you have to start small, climbing the tiniest wall. Maybe you're going to fall, but it's better than not starting at all. Everybody says no, everybody says stop, everybody says mustn't rock the boat, mustn't touch a thing. Everybody says don't, everybody says wait, everybody says can't fight City Hall, can't upset the cart, can't laugh at the king. Well, I say try, I say laugh at the kings or they'll make you cry. Lose your poise, fail if you have to, but lady, make a noise. Everybody says don't, everybody says can't, everybody says wait around for miracles. That's the way the world is made. I insist that miracles, if you do them, miracles, nothing to them. I say don't be afraid.
So I don't know if you guys are watching this picture reel, but there's a picture where Mom's standing out on the porch with her glasses in the sun. I always like to tease her about not being an outdoors kind of gal, and she went right out on the porch to show me that her glasses turned dark. Not sure quite what that proved, but that was that picture. So, anybody like to share a story? Aine, Todd, Bryce's mom.
Okay. Well, I know Bryce is the one who usually stands in front of, even though it wasn't the right microphone, so maybe we'll get it later. But, so, yeah, you gotta stand here. Okay. So, for about the past, we met Jodi in 2009 when we moved back to Missoula. And she started giving Bryce voice lessons. No, I'm sorry, piano lessons, yes, until she stopped because Bryce wasn't practicing, and she said, Bryce, if you're not going to practice, don't waste your parents' money. It was the most wonderful. He said, I'm sorry. And then he practiced for a while longer, and then she said, you want to sing, you don't want to play. And then that's how their relationship evolved into a very lovely partnership for years. But about the last year and a half, I had the honor of being close to her. And, okay. And she, and the wonderful thing about sitting with somebody like Jodi is that she has amazing stories. And the stories she has just were amazing. I think I said that. She talked about Hollywood in the 50s. At one point I said, I saw an article about how Debbie Reynolds didn't get along with Gene Kelly and Donald O'Connor when they were doing Singing in the Rain, and she goes, oh yes, Debbie couldn't carry a tune. And she was a year ahead of me in school. Okay. Yeah, okay. And then I'd say something like, I saw that Howard Keel started out as a carpenter, and she said, oh yes, he had a lovely voice. You know, I used to play for him when we were in the studios. And she just had this amazing ability to bring you in and make you part of her world. She talked about being in Alaska when she was pregnant with Mindy, and how a moose, it was 30 below, and there was a moose leaning against her tar paper shack. And they said, you left Beverly Hills to go to Alaska? And she said, I was a romantic. My husband went for the Army, and I had to go. So we had a year and a half, and I would go up there, and she would tell me these lovely, amazing stories. And she was just the most wonderful, special person. So, and that's pretty much it. in addition to being so fabulous for Bryce. And the best story I have is of her when she was in the hospital a year and a half ago, and my husband Scott was sitting in the hospital with her, and they were watching the World Series. And she's a Cubs fan. She was a Cubs fan. And I was in Houston with Bryce, and of course the Astros are in Houston. And we were on the phone, and she was yelling for the Cubs, and we were yelling for the Astros. And she just was just so full of life. Even in the hospital, you know, she was willing, and, you know, she just loved everything. So, there it is. Anyway, thank you so much.
Thank you. I see we have Shenanigans looks ready to play. Are we up to some shenanigans? Yeah. All right. Shenanigans, take it away.
We played music with Jodi for years, weekend after weekend here next door, part of the St. Anthony's Music Ministry. It was a real joy being with her. She was a strong lady. I asked time she talked to me a couple of weeks before she died. She said, you know, I'm getting tired. She said, you know, we can't stay here forever. I'm ready to go. As her health continued to fail, her faith in God became even stronger. And I like to think she's up there enjoying, as St. Paul wrote, life on high with Christ today.
Okay, sing a long time, folks. Don't be scared. Here we go. Sing it, Tom.
There goes my baby, the son. It sure looks happy, I sure am blue. She was my baby, every minute was my good romance, and my man.
Everybody sings.
I'm through with romance.
No.
I'm through with love.
Oh, Tom.
I'm through with counting the stars above. And here's a reason that I don't dream. My love of me.
Oh, no. Father Ed Stuka? Oh yeah. Well, he thought he was funny, and so one day after church, he did. He thought he was funny. So anyway, Jodi was just finishing up after mass and being all beautiful and whatever, and he comes and he hands her a $1 bill, and he says, "Here, that's for piano lessons." And Jodi thought that was so funny. She thought that was the cutest thing ever. So here's the sweet waltz in memory of Jodi. Are you ready, Tom?
I'm ready.
You got the right harmonica?
I gotta make sure I do.
I know. Okay, here we go. choir practice when we were not quite perfect, like missing the mark, Jodi would just kind of roll your eyes a little bit, and she'd say, well, when in doubt, why don't you read the ink on the paper? Yeah, get the ink on the paper. And then, if we get anywhere close to pretty good, she'd say, oh, that was perfect. Okay, that's enough. So this last song we want to do for you, it's called A Friend for Life. And for all of us here that love music and tunes, we know how songs touch our hearts and they make tough times better. And so this is a song that you have a friend for life in a song.
So I can tell I got the F one because I got a rubber band around here.
It's really cute when you see him all of a sudden going like that because the harmonica is upside down. When your mom and dad cross your mind, thinking back to the ties that bind, won't fill your heart like learning some old song they used to sing back when they were young. When you learn a song, you got a friend for life, can call on in the still of the night. When you're down and out on a two-lane road, your friend the song will be there to ease your load, will be there to ease your load.
When time hangs heavy on your hands, and the novel that you burn your eyes out on won't thrill your heart like learning some old song, but will be there to help you later on. When you learn a song, you got a friend for life, can call on in the still of the night. When you're down and out on a two-lane road, your friend the song will be there to ease your load, will be there to ease your load.
When the night is young and you're feeling old, teeth is empty, yours don't fill your heart, like singing some old song that was your friend. When you were young, you are young again.
When you learn a song, you got a friend for life, can call on in the still of the night. When you're down and out
you've got a friend for life. Thank you.
Thank you.
Shenanigans, everyone. I have a gal that plays guitar. Is that you, Jane? Or Becca? Becca, that's it. Becca, would you like to come and play next? I got Becca Kelly for you today.
Jane is my mom's name, so I was really confused. She's sitting right there. I was like, what? Did my mom sign up to do it?
Check, check. Oh.
Okay, I think we're set up. This is a nice open mic. I've been to a lot of open mics, but I've never been to one with a grand piano and an upright bass and people singing jazz standards. I've never been to that. A stringed trio. My name is Becca, and I met Jodi Marshall a few years ago at kind of a pivotal point in my life. It was a couple months before I got divorced, and I had this piano that I had found, and who finds a piano for free? I do, I suppose. I found a free piano in Libby, Montana, and I reached the point where I finally was ready to take lessons, and I was taking voice lessons at the time from Melody Anderson. Shout out to Melody. I thought Melody was going to be here tonight. Is she not here? Because I don't see her. Anyway, but Melody recommended Jodi Marshall to be my piano teacher, so I got in touch with her and went to see her. I wish I had a lot of stories to tell about Jodi, but I don't. I only have my very brief period of time that I spent with her. I just met with her once a week for a couple of months, and I was amazed when I showed up and for the first lesson and sat down at the piano with her, and she I mean, my jaw dropped when I saw her hands move over the piano, and then I was just like, can you just keep playing? I mean, let's not listen to me play this thing. And then, of course, there was the lesson that I showed up for, and I was kind of crying because it was a stressful time in my life, and we spent about 25 to 30 minutes of the lesson with her consoling me, exchanging personal stories, and I was pretty happy to have a short lesson on that day. But when I ended up separating from my ex, if any of you have ever been through a divorce, you know it kind of upsets your life just a little bit. And I had to end my lessons with her, and then I moved away from the piano. It's still in my ex's house. But a few months ago, I thought I was going to get that piano back. I was all ready for it, and I called her up, and I was like, "Hey, Jodi, remember me? I finally, turned my life around a little bit, and I think I'm going to get that piano, and you want to still give me some piano lessons?" And she said, "Well, I just got out of the hospital last week or the week before, but I'm doing great, and next week I'm going to start giving lessons again, so why don't you give me a call?" And now, after hearing a lot of stories about her, I realized that that was the way Jodi was. And so I called her the next week, ready for my lesson, and Amy answered the phone, and that was that. I never got to see her again. And I had told her at one point that someday I would play my songs for her, and I never obviously got to do that. But I wanted to be like her in the sense that when I saw her sit down and play music at her age, and I was so inspired. I thought, I want to be like that. I want to play music for the rest of my life, and someday I want it to be effortless, like she does it, because she makes it look so easy. And it's just not. It's not easy. But I pondered, and I'm gonna play a couple of songs that I've written that I thought she might like. They're not jazz standards, but I'm gonna play them anyway. And thank you so much, Amy, for doing all of this stuff, and Jodi's family. It's been really charming to see you and hear your stories of her, and be able to say goodbye, maybe, I guess, because I didn't really get to say goodbye to her. So this song, the first song I'm going to play, is called Nameless, and I actually wrote this for a friend of mine who is making a documentary, and when he gets all the funding and it's all done, it's called The Black Cowboy. And this song is about a lady named Annie Morgan. If any of you know the Morgan Case homestead in Rock Creek, she was the original inhabitant of the Rock Creek, the homestead, the Morgan Case homestead. There's pictures of her on the wall there, and my friend is including her story in his documentary. She was a black woman who came out with General Custer and supposedly was a cook in his army, and she was also a healer. And I was really inspired by her story. So yeah, this song is called Nameless. We'll see how the sound is balanced. Whoops. And I use a capo on that actually. Lift me up to that place where human rainbow rays in the Garden of Eden, afloat in outer space. When I come back down, touch these feet to solid ground, my heart finds a place to rest, tucked away in the forest. Let me heal you, show you all real you, where river from the sea. The earth around us lifts us, grounds us, strips us down to our humanity. Your variety's the only thing I see. Gone is what's right and what's left. Fire's the world that I left. Here on a mountainside, my spirit blends with all the rest. Did you find me here with Mother Nature's kiss? Hail you from afar, I know what you are. Lay my hand on your chest, beats like all the rest. black and white. Hear the wilds are the wisest, only human in the forest. Between earth and sky on the mountainside, it takes the weight off me. 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 Thank you. And then, actually, I was thinking about it, and I think I wrote that song that was the song that I finished right before she passed away, so that's kind of interesting timing. But the other song that I'd like to play for you folks is called All the Beautiful People. And I actually wrote this one right before that last one, so. We're born to love, we're born to cry. What is the spirit in each other's eyes? We're born to live, we're born to die. What is the spirit in each other's eyes? In each other's eyes beats a heart alive, a rhythmic, happy tune that we all hum to. We all know what the answer to what is happiness is not. Finally, all of our dreams come true, and there's happiness between me and you endlessly. Emotional, the ocean, still be dear man on this boat, on this open sea. And then the bubble pops, and the whole world stops and starts back up again. The hurt, the strain, the fear, the fight. What does it take to make it right? I want you to be near me. I know it when I'm so lonely. My human family, all from the same old tree. But outside the snow's falling, inside my heart is calling all up, like you've never loved before. Question what you really sent here for. Soften your body like your feet nevermore. What you longing for, it's right at your door. You're beautiful people. Oh, you're beautiful people. Oh, you're beautiful people. Oh, you're beautiful people. thank you so much. And Jodi's spirit lives on. I know it because she inspired me so much. And that's all. Thank you.
Thank you, Becca. That was beautiful. Thank you so much. And I can't tell you how many versions of that story I've heard over and over about how Mom was pivotal in helping somebody get through something. Just different versions of that story. And it's good to hear. Always good to hear. Okay, I have one quote. Because Oscar Wilde said that quotes were a suitable substitute for wit. So I'm big on quotes.
True that.
Maybe repeat that again. Oscar Wilde said that quotes were a suitable substitute for wit. I'm taking that as word. But what Mom was really good at was building community. And it reminds me of this quote by Grace Lee Boggs, who's a fine, I think she's passed now, but she was a huge activist. And she says, building community is to the collective as spiritual practice is to the individual. And I think Mom was stellar in that capacity. Yeah. So next we have a gal named Jane. Well, is she here? Jane Borish?
Well, you know what? I think I signed it because I thought it was some sort of sign-in sheet.
Oh, okay. Good enough. Good enough. Jane, would you like? Have to come sing now. So we're gonna have Julie sing a song, and then I think the choir's gonna do one, and to end the night. And again, thank you so much for coming out and celebrating our beloved mother. We appreciate you guys so very much.
I just want to talk about Jodi for a minute. About 28 years ago, I was asked to sing at a wedding. And of course, I asked them if they had hired a pianist, and they said yes. And they said, she'll meet with you Thursday night and practice with you. And I said, okay. So I went to practice, and it was 3 pieces of music that was non-church music. And I had given it to her. And I'm a piano player, but when compared to Jodi, I feel like I'm a piano owner. But I gave her this music that was like full of 8th notes, 16th notes, and it had all these flats and sharps and everything. And I set it down, and I remember she opened the first page and looked at it and paged through it and put it aside, and she said, whenever you're ready. Imagine my surprise. And I just was, it's just like the lady that was right up here before me. I mean, I was in awe. I'm like, oh my gosh. So we practiced once, and she said, I told her, I said, I've never sang with somebody that slows down and lets the singer phrase how they want and just kind of waits for you and does all that kind of stuff. So I remember I went home and told my parents, I'm like, we have to change churches. I just sang with this lady because I was playing piano at Blessed Trinity way back then and singing in the choir. And I told my dad and my mom, I was like, we have to change churches. We have to go to St. Anthony's. And they're like, why? And I go, wait till you hear. So from then on, we started going to Mass at St. Anthony's, and I got the privilege of singing with Jodi at some other weddings too. But she just was truly amazing, and like everybody talked about, the stories she'd tell, and she's done so many things. It just kind of warms your heart when you think about it. So I'm going to sing a song. I don't normally play the piano and sing. I haven't played piano for quite a few years, but I'm going to sing one just for her, so, and for Amy. So don't throw any vegetables or anything. Gotta get out of the way. I don't need any extra reasons why I make mistakes here.
is a prelude, right?
No, we're up a little bit now.
I feel so bad, I've got a worried mind. I'm so lonesome all the time. Since I left my baby behind on Blue Bayou, saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine. Looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where there's fishing boats with the sails afloat. If I could only see a familiar sunrise, those sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. Go to see my baby again, go to be with some of my friends. Maybe I'll feel better than on Blue Bayou. Saving nickels, saving dimes, working till the sun don't shine. Looking forward to happier times on Blue Bayou. I'm going back someday, come what may, to Blue Bayou, where the folks are fine and the world is mine on Blue Bayou, where those fishing boats with their sails afloat. If I could only see a familiar sunrise through sleepy eyes, how happy I'd be. Oh, that boy of mine by my side, the silver moon and the evening tide. Oh, some sweet day gonna take away this hurting inside. Well, I'll never be blue, my dreams come true on Blue
Thank you, Julie. I wanted to say that that song has a particular place in my heart, because when I was little, it was a special occasion if I got to stay up late and go out, you know, and have a Shirley Temple and listen to Mom play. And at that time, she was with a gal named Donna Mori, and they would always sing that one, and that was my favorite. Thank you so much, everybody. And I think we have choir.
Yeah.
I'm going to say one final quote. Talent is God's gift to you, and what you do with that talent is your gift back to God. That's Leo Saglia. Taking it home.
We're going to just close it out with our choir doing a song that's one of our favorites. And I think we kind of think of Jodi with this one too, because it's called For Eternity, and then it ends up being that old one that everybody knows. So I can get you the words if you want to pop that part of it. Holy, 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 Lord God. So if we get the choir up here, and I'll just scatter some of these around. It's about halfway through the song that you'll hear it going, holy, holy, holy. And I don't think we need any microphones. And Bart is going to play the piano first. Yeah, yes, great. I think I must have made a promise to Jodi that I wouldn't tell any of the stories. I have to tell one though. I think it was 1982. I had been at a party. Was that at your house? At John P. Anderson's house, and that's where I met you. And you. But a couple of nights after that party, Patty calls me up and says, "Could you take my daughter to the Girl Scout father-daughter banquet for me, please?" Is that right?
It was Campfire Girls.
Campfire Girls, okay.
It was in the 90s.
It was at the university in the dining hall. And
It was a father-daughter.
there was a father-daughter dance, and there was this lady there. It was really great, playing the piano. She just moved back to town. You remember who that was? Jodi. That was the first time I heard Jodi.
Wow.
So you were part of all of that too. So there's just, and I'm so glad that somebody told, who was it, was telling the stories about Debbie Reynolds and Jodi on her USO tours. Now, there's a lot more juicier stories too. So start mingling and find out who knows those stories right after this. Yeah, one of them was about Raymond Burr. Should we give him a clue? Raymond Burr stole Jodi's boyfriend. The real music? Great singers? Everybody have a great singer who can follow.
Are you sitting back there? You bet. She's hiding. She's hiding.
Okay, here we go. You don't need me to correct me. I wiggle too much. I am.
Lord, whose word began creation, we will worship you. Sovereign King of every nation, we will worship you.
Do we have any other memories, last minute stories? Anything? Yeah, feel free to help yourself to any of the music CDs as you depart. And thank you again so much for joining us tonight. Thank you.